I started to pull away from the computer and start to work with the book format and paper as my main material. Working with the sheet of paper and manipulating it in various different ways, and I just loved it. My name is Julie VonDerVellen, and I am a paper artist. For me, it's about this curiosity of working with paper as the material, because it's just so commonplace, and we see it every day. But for me, I try to kind of work with it and manipulate it and find new ways to form it and to sculpt with it. And I've continued to tell stories or emotions or express my feelings or experiences through all of the objects that I've made. So I started making handmade books. So I was folding the sheets and binding them, sewing them. But then I started to say, okay, can I build or sculpt with this as well? I made a dress, and then I made shoes, and then just having that object come to life in that three-dimensional format was really inspiring to me, because it just kept that curiosity of, okay, I built that, now what if I can build this? So it's just kind of evolved that way. Everything I've done with paper has been that pursuit of, can I do this with paper? Make an object out of a non-traditional material. It starts with a sketch, has that story, and then the story's printed on it or written on it in some regard, but there's always some sort of written element, some sort of typography. It's really simple in terms of the materials and the tools that I use. It's the blades, the paper, and a PVA glue, and that's really it. But it's just mostly just paper holding and molding itself together. It starts with one big sheet of paper, and I always have kind of a blank slate. And I struggle with getting into the next step without cutting it apart. So I typically have one big sheet and I cut it into strips, and then it's called paper plating, where you weave strips of paper into the other strips of paper. I love that textural experience that it provides. It's tedious, and it takes a long time to cut out all those strips and then to weave them back together. But that becomes a time for me to kind of meditate on what exactly this piece will evolve into. The paper will hold itself together, but then I reinforce that by putting a sheet underneath it, and I glue that surface together. So it's the woven piece and then glued to another surface. And then I can sculpt with that. In previous works, I've stitched over the top of it to make sure that it holds together with some of the garment pieces, but I can embroider over the top of it. That tends to help hold everything together. The title of the exhibition at the Alfons Gallery is called En Route. The show is a series of sculptural objects, recent collage work that I've been exploring, textile weavings with the paper.
I look at it as an important cultural exhibition. I see Julie as an artist that really connects with paper, and paper as a fragile medium, but as an opportunity to transform our visions of something else. I see her stories woven in about herself, and stories about growth and metaphors for her existence in life that we can all relate to, and comments on society and the consumer culture. We have three-dimensional works. We have Julie's cuckoo clocks and her watches. We have her piece Epilogue, which is a number of looks like cut pieces of a tree, so you can see the inner rings. And then we have a number of the larger pieces, some freeform, which are very nice. They just, exist within the space and not behind glass. It's about the process, her journey, and working through things and taking time to process things and transform. Pieces like these intricate weavings that really you have to slow down. So you get, when you look at her pieces, that it's a meditative process.
I am just proud of the way that I've continued to pursue the creative problem-solving process, making these pieces. And that drives me every day.